talking about this? I guess we have introduced what exactly is the concept of climate and why it is changing. Climate, we know that it is nothing but the so-called long-term average weather phenomena concerned with a region, which is largely latitudinal regions have. But again, one paradox is there. Should there be a question? Statement based. First statement. Regions on the earth at the same latitude have same climate. Statement 1. Statement 2. Climate change affects all regions at same latitudes equally. You understand this? Third statement. Climate change affects all regions of the earth in the same way. Or the vulnerability is same for all regions of the earth concerned with climate change, and all regions are at a loss in the same way concerned with climate change. Just consider statements. Based on each statement, we can frame 2 or 3 more questions. You will understand this. Incorrectness, correctness, relatively speaking. So just think about those things. And then, yes. So that would put question on the very validity of the concept of latitudes indicating climate. If you think critically. Yes or no? If all the regions at the same latitude on the earth have same climate, climate change should also have same reasons in all those regions and should have same impacts and same vulnerabilities concerned same regions at same latitudes. Is it so? It is not so. Then how far is the very statement saying that all areas at same latitude have same climate? Would that be still valid, or it is questionable or open to debate? Think about it. Did you get this discussion in geography? Think like this. Then what is the significance of latitude? It is decreasing. In fact, especially in the context of changing climate. Please understand this. Okay, anyways. So, climate is because of lot of reasons. Again, natural reasons. What is that here? For example, solar reasons here. Again, the universal phenomenon like the so-called rotation and revolution and sun and influence of sun here. And then again, as you know that, the so-called interglacial period changes here, which are natural in their origin. And then these things on one side and human factors, will focus more on them and change. So we can say that what kind of changes are occurring, because you know that change is indicated by number 1, increase in average surface temperature of the earth. That is, you can see that 2024 was the warmest year ever known to mankind on the earth. Now you can imagine, yes? So gradually every summer is becoming warmer and warmer, drier and drier, and monsoons are becoming erratic. So what kind of change are we talking about here? Warming. And then extreme weather events. Extreme weather events are increasing globally. Though connecting the dots may be a challenge. In which region, which country, or within a country, which region is affected by which weather event on which date, and what kind of change and for what reasons, it is difficult to connect the dots. For example, landslides you take. Landslides are natural. Globally, they do occur, but for different reasons. Please understand this. Now, how can you connect them? It is difficult. Somewhere it occurs because of incessant rains. Somewhere it occurs because of uprooting and deforestation. Somewhere it occurs because of tourism. Somewhere it occurs because of mining activity. Somewhere it occurs because of earthquake. Somewhere it occurs because of avalanche. Are you able to understand this? Then can we conclude that landslide is again same across the world? No, it is not. So it is a very vague, non-specific, but reality. So connecting the dots may be immediately difficult rationally. So extreme weather events, for example, storms, cyclonic storms are becoming erratic, unpredictable, and often intense. That is true. Erratic, that means their occurrence often is unpredictable, erratic, unpredictable, and severe or intense. So that is why the Disaster Coalition Network of India is closely associated with the National Action Plan on Climate Change, where they are connected. Disaster Coalition Network of India, that means concerned with disasters and management, mitigation, prevention, and a National Action Plan on Climate Change work together. What is the link between disasters and climate change? Then again, should there be a question, is climate change a disaster? Again, one more question. Connecting GS3 components. What is that? Is climate change a disaster? Critically analyze. Some people say it is not a disaster. Some say it is a combination or complex interaction of natural and anthropogenic factors leading to a adverse consequence. Some say it is a disaster. So we have lot of reasons for that, and it is debatable. People debate about it, different people. Yes. So we have such things here. So climate is changing, and regions are becoming warmer, and then we have extreme weather events like what? You have the drought, and then the so-called incessant rains in some regions, drought frequency is increasing here, and then extreme weather events, warming, and all those things. We'll discuss about all those things one by one here. Why? What are the reasons or causes? As we discussed earlier in the previous session, we have natural reasons as well as very important, that is anthropogenic reasons or causes. So natural, we know that they are established and they don't support the so-called the accelerated climate change. Accelerated means what? Accelerated. That means in the last 200 to 300 years, there are some changes. A rise in a mean sea level between 1880 till 2006 by on an average 8 to 9 inches, or average you can take 8.5 inches, 8.5 inches of rise in mean sea level. And this rise in mean sea level from 2006 till 2023, this occurred by about 4.5 millimeters per year. Please remember, all these data can be found in UNEP website and IPCC reports. IPCC releases assessment reports. In that you can find this data. It is not something new or limited to only one or two platforms. No, it is openly accessible. Yes. So average if you take, so 1880 to 2006, 8.5 inches total rise in mean sea level, near 9 inches, 8 to 9, because it is variable from one region to another region. Please understand this. Yes. And then the average or the rise in mean sea level is up to 4.5 millimeters per year. Per year, rise in mean sea level between 2006 and 2020. So this has increased. This is increased. So this is what we are saying as accelerated. This is coupled with a change or decrease in biological diversity or biodiversity. More and more species are becoming like, you know, as IUCN categories are there. From being vulnerable, they are becoming critically endangered. From being critically endangered, they are becoming extinct in the wild. You will understand this? So, because of these things, there is a loss of biodiversity. Please understand this. Coupled with habitat loss. If there is habitat loss, definitely there will be loss of biodiversity. So, decrease in biodiversity coupled with its habitat loss. Habitat means the natural ecosystem in which an organism can thrive. Thrive means not only survive for its lifetime, but reproduce and continue its genetic legacy into the future by increasing the population, thus contributing to biodiversity. So habitat destruction. This is also increasing. Degradation is increasing. environmental degradation is increasing, ecosystems are getting destroyed, mean sea level is rising, and then temperature is rising. So all these indicate what? Change. What kind of change? Accelerate. We have evidences to prove that it is accelerated. Why? Now we discussed about the causes here. So human causes. What are the human causes here or anthropogenic? First one is increased greenhouse gas emissions. Please remember again, according to 1997 Kyoto Protocol agreement or Kyoto Protocol, here we have the greenhouse gases listed, which are again based on the changing refrigerants or coolant identities here. Yes, and then these are in the form of hydrofluorocarbons, or you can say that so perfluorocarbons and sulfur hexafluoride. So because chlorinated compounds have been replaced with fluorinated compounds, please understand this. You get it? So Montreal Protocol, you know that chlorine, because chlorine is ozone layer depleting, we are replacing chlorine with fluorinated compounds, but these fluorinated compounds became greenhouse gases. That change, please observe. Yes, otherwise CFCs, yes, definitely, but chlorofluorocarbons are replaced with hydrofluorocarbons. Chlorine is removed, and the HFCs are replaced by what? So gradually are added with what? Perfluorocarbon. But perfluorocarbons and parafluorocarbons, how they are called as? You must have studied. How are they called as? Yes, please. What do we call them as? We have one word. I don't know whether you're aware of it or not. Forever chemicals, they are called as. Forever chemicals. What do you mean by forever chemicals? Wherever they are used, they cannot be naturally destroyed. They don't get destroyed at all, whatever you do, because they are water resistant, they are heat resistant, that is thermally stable, they are fire resistant. If nothing like if water doesn't destroy something, if heat doesn't destroy something, if fire destroys something, and if no living organism can consume it and destroy it, then can that substance be destroyed by or degraded by any known activity? No water, no heat, no fire. Water resistant, heat resistant, fire resistant. Yes or no? Then they are called as what? Forever chemicals. Forever. Now, forever chemicals may be very useful commercially, industrially. Yes or no? Domestically also. For example, if you build a material or a structure with a forever chemical, water cannot destroy it, fire cannot, heat cannot. Now, don't you think that increases the durability, shelf life, and your overall expenditure decreases and becomes an asset to you? Yes or no? By manufacturing it, you can earn a lot of money. By buying it, you can build a lot of assets. Yes or no? Then that is one side of it. Second is what? They would continuously contribute to environmental degradation forever. What do you choose? So we choose whatever is beneficial to us, because what is good depends on whether it is beneficial to you immediately or not. Because we do not live for tomorrow, we live for today. Today means present. Present is more important to majority of the people on the earth. You means all. Yes or no? Who is thinking about future? Many people, so-called intellectuals, scholars and academicians also say that future doesn't exist. It is here, it is now, it is today. Based on this, you create. Whether you can see your future or not is not sure, not guaranteed. Yes or no? If that is uncertain, how can you say that it exists? Is the argument by some people. Some people, for example, if you talk about, I have few people who studied economy seriously and who teach economy, they also say that what? Future is not there, it is today. Whatever happens today will have impact, and that you just kind of speculate. It is not subject matter, but people and their perspectives. Please understand this. Yes. So, anyways, what is that we are looking at? It is according to Kyoto Protocol. India has signed, ratified. That means, though we are a developing country, we accepted the targets of Kyoto Protocol. But India is not a compulsory, signatory of Kyoto, because we are not in Annex 1 countries. We'll talk about that. Yes. And 2005, it came into effect globally, Kyoto Protocol. Though it was, formulated in 1997, though the effort started in 1994, it came out in 1997 and enforced globally in 2005. But we signed it in 2002 itself. But it is not compulsory for us because we are not developed country. We'll talk about that. Yes. But again, one more question is whether it is replaced by 2015 Paris Agreement or not. Just focus on that area here. Yes, Paris Agreement. Because there are two arguments. Many people believe that Paris Agreement or Paris outcome is a successor to Kyoto. But I would say it is not. Because Paris Agreement is not a protocol. But Kyoto is a protocol. Paris Agreement is not. What is a protocol? Again, you know that. Specific targets, non-compliance leads to penalties and legally binding. Is it so? No, it is not, because it introduced intended nationally determined contributions. Intended is different. Mandatory is different. Kyoto mandates emission reductions, but Paris Agreement, you can choose your targets. That means you will not choose anything. You will waste time. Yes or no? Unless a specific binding target is given. So, it is not a successor. But theoretically it is. On paper it is. But when it comes to implementation, no, it is not. Okay, anyways. So, we'll talk about them, in brief here. So, what is that we are looking at here? Causes of accelerated or human-induced climate change. Be specific, it is human-induced because climate changes naturally also. So, human factors. So, accelerated. Please observe. Accelerated. And then human-induced. Accelerated, human-induced. Climate change. So, whenever you use the term climate change, be specific that it is accelerated climate change you are talking about, and be very specific that it is human-induced climate change you are talking about. Otherwise, also climate changes. Please observe this. Yes. So, okay, getting back here. Why? Increased greenhouse gas emissions because of what? Because of continuously increasing fossil fuel consumption and dependency. For example, you look at India, 67% of India's electricity generation is based on coal-fired thermal power. 67%. We talk so big internationally. We say that we welcome International Solar Alliance. We gave land and office also. World headquarters of International Solar Alliance is in India, Gurgaon, India. And then we speak so much about alternative sources and this and that. What are we doing? Why? Dependency. Because it is already installed. It is ready to use. What do you choose? Will you build something new, or you will modify and use already existing, which is easy for you, which is less expensive for you? Already existing, just modify it little and use it. Kaam chalao. Kaam chalao means let the business keep going. Why you want to start something new? It is expensive, and we are not manufacturing solar photovoltaic panels. We call them as what? PV, solar photovoltaic. Now, photovoltaic panels or beta voltaic panels, which use a lot of semiconductors. You know that? Yes or no? We are not manufacturing. China is the boss. Semiconductor manufacturing. Who is the global manufacturing leader? China. Batteries also, electric vehicle battery also, China is the leader. More than 90% of electric vehicle or EV batteries are made in China. Whether you talk about any company, say EV, electric vehicle. And China. Again, you know that. And it would be foolish and irrational, uneducated gesture to compare India and China. Even don't compare US and China also. China is on another level. US cannot compete with China. Because China has been consistent, very disciplined, determined. And China has bigger goals than United States. You understand this? China can easily, and has done it already, but it is not showcasing, surpass the United States in many aspects. But they don't show it off. But when it is necessary, nobody can stop China. You understand this? They are keeping that element of surprise secret. So don't compare any country on the earth with that of China, let alone India be. We are nowhere, geographically we may be close, but in no other means we can, or we are eligible to be compared with China. No way. So next time somebody talks, hey, compare India and China, I said, stop. Do your homework and come back and talk. You understand this? It is irrational, illogical, and uneducated gesture to compare India and China. So next time, don't compare it. You will understand this? Because we are nowhere close to it. We are just importers. We are dependents on China. You name the product we are using in our day-to-day life. You name it. We have Chinese origins to it. For example, to look at your phone. You cannot live without. You understand this? Many clothes, many batteries, and many chargers, and then solar photovoltaic. You name it, electric vehicle components or electric or electronic items, components, processors, motherboards, and you name semiconductors, you name it. You understand this? So all are being imported from China. So that's how it is. So anyways, we are importing doesn't mean that we are lesser than them, we are weaker than them. Okay, then prove it otherwise. Can you be really independent without being dependent on China? Many countries cannot be independent without importing different goods from China. Many. If China shuts off its exports, many countries' economies will be thoroughly affected. But it is not doing. It is doing it for business. You understand this? So that is different story here. Fossil fuel dependency, especially coal and oil. You know that the present situation, escalating tensions, I think 36th day today is, yes? Yesterday 35th day. Today is 36th day of the Israel-US attack on Iran. 36th day is today. And you know that Hormuz, Strait of Hormuz, whatever is happening there. So what is happening here? Global crude oil exports from Persian Gulf or West Asia through Strait of Hormuz, rest of the world is affected, because of which we have some crisis of gas, oil, and to some extent other countries coal. But oil and gas are thoroughly affected globally, not just to India. You can imagine why we are worried, because our economic infrastructure, day-to-day business is directly dependent on fossil fuel availability and consumption. In fact, fuel prices can change the economic structure of a country. If fuel prices increase, you know, every sector of economy would get thoroughly affected. You'll understand this. That means only fossil fuel can change a country's economy irrespective of the population of that country. Yes or no? Now you can imagine our dependency on fossil fuels, usage, and eventually greenhouse gas emissions. And this is largely because of what? Number one, rapid, because we are talking about accelerated, hence rapid. Then unplanned, and definitely rapid what? Urbanization. So industrialization, urbanization are closely related to each other. And as a result, what happens here? The need of electricity or energy sources, and transportation and communication sectors further become, or further increases our dependency on fossil fuels. Industrialization, urbanization, which are rapid, largely unplanned. Unplanned, please understand this. Unplanned, and in the name of decentralization, we are making it unplanned. Please remember, globally, industries are limited to or confined to only those areas where it is possible to extract natural resources, nearby that establish and close to transportation. Yes or no? Not wherever you want them. Can you establish industries wherever you want them in the name of decentralization? Now go and establish industries in Thar Desert because it is very underdeveloped. Can you do it? Why not? Now decentralization will support you. What's the point? But you cannot apply decentralization as a panacea or one-stop solution to all problems of all people. You cannot do it for everything. Hence, it is not valid. Some things have to be centralized. For example, Bengal, British, Bengal, Madras, Bombay. Why they limited this? Because availability of raw material, availability of cheap labor and easy to transport. Yes or no? We criticized it. Yes? Because of them, we have centralization. We want decentralization. India was not developed because of them. Hence, we will develop our own country in the name of decentralization. Now, can you change this? Availability of raw materials. Can you change? Transportation. Ease of transportation. Less distance to transportation hubs. Can you change? Then how can you decentralize? You cannot do it. For some things, you cannot do it. Okay, getting back here. Rapid, unplanned. Rapid, inconsistent. And then results in accelerated changes. Degradation. What is that here? Increased dependency. And that is what is actual war. Make economies collapse. Then countries which are dependent on fossil fuels will come begging. Beggars cannot be choosers. So you will listen to whatever West Asia says. That is the ultimate goal. But again, depends where it goes. Yes. So these are few things here.